Hello, everybody! Welcome to another episode of 10 Forward Weekly. I am your host, Mike Fadum, also known as Ambassador Kale and Community Manager. That says writer, but that's not true for this game. Let me fix that real quick. I am not the writer on Star Trek Online. We are having a very special stream that I've wanted to do for a long time today. We are joined by... down there, Zeph Films, and down there, Rurin Fane, two of my favorite content creators for Star Trek Online, and they are going to teach us about the arcane wizardry and deep insanity needed to use the tool Demo Record. A quick FYI on Demo Record. It was created, I think, for Champions as a tool that people could use that developers could use to record things that happen in gameplay. It got released to the public. I don't know if that was by accident or not, but it is by its very nature wildly arcane. It's like a worse version of our cutscene editor. It's fun and exciting to see the amazing things that people like these two do with it. So first of all, folks, whichever one of you wants to start, how did you get into using Demo Record in the first place?
Ruin, you go first.
Okay. I don't know. When I first started playing Star Trek Online in 2014, I was already taking screenshots of everything. And I think I was lurking on the Stow Wiki, and I found Demo Record. And I was like, ooh, really? I can use that for screenshots? And sure enough, I started using that in 2016. And I've been tinkering with it since 2016 because it is truly a evil dark magic. So that's where I got it.
It is. It's wizardly. How about you, Zeph?
I started using Demo Record 8 years ago. I found out about it through one of a fleet mate who made their own little video. I'm like, how did you do that? And so they told me about Demo Record. Then I started researching and found a PDF back when Bordicus did Stoked. It was episode 44. And that was their episode where they talked all about Demo Record. So I studied this PDF, tried everything in it, and then I decided to all right, let's take this and do some crazy stuff with ships. And here I am, I've been content creator doing ship stuff for 6.5 years now.
Woo.
And here I am, still trying to do it.
Rock you like a hurricane. Okay, I can't wait. Actually, somebody said Bruin's a little too quiet. Let me boost her up. No, that's fine. I can control it. I control the highs and the lows.
All the power.
I completely forgot to say this at the start. So for those of you who are wondering why we're on a Monday instead of a Wednesday, this Wednesday, we will not be doing a stream. Nobody will. And I encourage you folks not to either. There's been a huge swath of what's called hate raids, where people just come into people's streams to shout slurs at them, are going on, and Twitch has not done enough to address it. So Wednesday, September 1st, the entire day, just don't go to Twitch, don't chat, don't watch anything. The content creators, especially by POC content creators, are trying to send a message, and we should support them. All right. Looney Welsh, absolutely. If you want to make a Machinima animation series with Demo Record and not make any money off of it, do it, please.
No.
Please make more fun stuff for me to see and share on this stream. And yes, Firefly Zero's... sorry, that wasn't Firefly. That was Theron. I wasn't told there would be a uniform for this stream. I wish I had one of these shirts, but, that's fine. I'll just be left out in the cold and sad.
Hey, hi. My friend Hi, who designed these, is making a new design soon, and I will let you know, Kale.
Please do.
It's going to have the Cerritos on it, and maybe a Borg cube.
Oh, that'll be fun. Will it have the Cerritos running from a Borg cube?
I should send that idea to them.
Yeah. Firefly 00, I don't have the answers to those questions. You should look for the voices of BioPOC creators. Anyway, moving on. Someone was asking if we're making an updated guide for Demo Record. Not officially. It's something I've wanted to make for the website for a while, but for right now, this is that. And since we only have a limited time today, we're going to dive right into it. So let me switch over here. And let me hit watch stream. Oh, God. No! Everything broke. Okay, there we go. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
all fine here.
One little thing I forgot to do here
Yeah.
is change my resolution because I'm running at 4K and everything is going to be so
Oh, yeah.
small.
Oh, yeah. Let's not do
Yeah.
that. John David Davenport, the Lower Decks uniform will be coming to Star Trek Online, but I can't tell you when. I love it.
That's
It's such a
too
pretty
small.
uniform. I want it so bad. Matt August wants a special Zeph Films vanity shield. What would that look like? Would it just be the
Ooh,
colors of
what-
your logo? Would it put your logo on the saucer?
I've been
Black and
asking for
red.
that for a while. Yeah. Well, my main colors are like black, red, and like gunmetal.
Right?
So people would like that because they like all the black vanity shields and only the black vanity shields.
Yes.
Present attendance included.
Yeah.
This is really okay. Whatever. We're gonna run with this.
Okay.
Is
It looks
Star
good on
Trek
this
Online
end.
for
So
ants?
Yeah.
it looks nice and big on this end. So I think you're okay. Oh, never mind. It was nice and big, and then you did something and it went small again.
Oh, I made the UI smaller.
Oh. Okay.
It
Anyway.
I'm 1920 on a 4K monitor here.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yes. Go
Gail,
ahead.
you were talking about wanting to do a write up, and this is where we're going to do a little plug. I have a video series about using demo record. It's a little bit straightforward and to the point, but Rurin is currently slowly working through an actual written up tutorial on using demo record, and a lot of the advanced stuffs with like the demo record tool. Ruin, if you want to go into it.
Yeah, I haven't been able to update it recently because grad school. Um,
Real
but
life is
I
important.
yeah, I do have a basic write up. I cannot remember the link. I have a short link, and of course I can't remember it right now. But I will tweet it or something. I will send it to Kale
Excellent.
or something.
Yes, send it to
So,
me, and
yeah.
I will broadcast it to the world.
you.
Apparently, the resolution of the game isn't great. I don't think there's much I can do about that, folks. I apologize. We're just kind of going to have to stick with what we've got.
Yeah,
but
thank
not your resolution. It looks fine on this screen. I think that means it's a problem with getting this video over to Twitch.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's going through Discord and then going to Twitch. So
Yeah, it's going through Discord into Streamlabs over to Twitch. That's just not going to work.
but I can make things sharper here.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Cool.
There, that should help.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Zeph, what is demo record
yes.
and how do you start?
So demo record is a tool that you run in game. You use the chat program to kind of initiate it. It's really just one command, which is / demo record. So if you'll see in the bottom left, yes, of the screen. So it doesn't matter what zone you're in. You can type it anywhere. So type / demo record and type it properly or it won't work. And then hit
All
the
one
space
word.
bar. Yeah, all one word. Hit the space bar and then type in your file name. So for the purposes of this, I'll just do screenshot.
And that can be any file name you want. But try to do something
use
you'll remember. If you do
underscores.
demo, you'll forget.
Yeah. So for me, for example, when I'm doing the fresh out of space dock videos, if I'm working, like we have the Titan class here, which is a fantastic ship. This is going to be our model for the entire stream. So if I'm doing the Titan class, I usually go like Titan 1, Titan 2 for all my scenes, and then I just run through them all so I know exactly what ship I'm working on. So that's usually my naming convention. Rurin, I think she might have a little
Mine's
bit different.
crazy. Don't follow mine.
Yeah. I've gotten some of her demos. And anyway, so when you have your file name picked out, you just hit enter. And it might be hard to pick up on screen because I believe it's just under Mike's.
Oh, I moved my thing so they could see chat and hid the... There it is. You can very tinily see it. There is a thing that says demo recording right there. That lets you know you're recording.
So the way to stop it is either warping out of the zone that you're in. So I could warp out right now and it would automatically stop the file. And that's how you get if you wanted to do a video and wanted to capture a warp out sequence, then you could do it that way. And I'm actually going to do that. So
Okay.
the other way to stop it, though, is you could go / demo record _ stop. So
I think it's
that.
demo _ record _ stop, but maybe I'm wrong.
No,
No,
I always do
it's
under.
one word.
I've been doing this for
Demo
8 years.
record
Mike.
_ stop.
Huh.
There might be different.
They may both
variations.
work then, because the one I use is
Yeah.
demo _ record _ stop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I learned a
But
thing
yeah.
today.
Yeah. Tumor Boy in the chat is trying to indoctrinate you guys into using a 0 at the start of your file names. I agree. It's very great until you have a million file names with 0, and then it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. I sort by when it was created.
Same.
So now that you have your demo record done, we're gonna talk about screenshots, which is like
That's
I know how to
my
do
domain.
screenshots, but that's Ruin's thing. I stick to videos.
Okay, so
Oh,
we're gonna
okay.
switch. We're gonna switch whose screen we're showing. So for the half second between one share and another share, everything is going to go insane. Rurin's face will probably be on my face. It's fine. Just go with it.
And then you might see my Discord for a split second. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
If I had 2 monitors, I would.
Yeah, I missed 2 monitors. I had them at work.
All right, so I use to sort and go through all the demos that I've taken. I use a program called Demo Launcher.
Oh,
It's a
Zeph, you got to
third-party
kill your
program.
share.
Oh,
Oh,
jerk!
there you go.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
not 10 forward without a.
Okay,
technical.
Rurin has minimized their application. Sit tight. That's
Have
what I see. Yeah.
Really?
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
Now I
come
see.
on.
Now we see
Do you,
Discord.
you see my? Come on,
So if you-
Discord.
Are you sharing just a screen, or are you sharing the
I'm
actual?
sharing my whole screen.
You might want
Let
to share
me-
just the window that
Let me
the
just. there
Star
we
Trek
go.
is in. Mr. Elf 000 says 2 monitors. Those are rookie monitors. You know what I really want? I want one of those giant curve wraparound monitors that you can make a multiple monitor, or I can just play STL and be like, the Klingons are over there.
Yeah. So can you see my screen now?
Let's see. Yes.
Okay, because I can't watch the stream at the same time as
that-
playing on the stream.
Yeah, no, that's insane. Don't do that. Leave that to me. Zeph, I'm meant to tell you that fragrance-free Vaseline in chat says you're dreamy.
Yeah.
All right. So, as I was saying, I use Demo Launcher, a third-party program, to sort through and view all the demos that I've created. I have too many. I need to delete some. I dropped a link in the Discord, by the way, Kale, to the Demo Launcher GitHub.
Oh, okay.
Our friend Thon Radioactivity is the person who kind of revived this third-party program. Someone who used the alias of Rachel Garrett, I wish it was the actual Captain Rachel Garrett, originally created Demo Launcher, but it stopped working. It stopped communicating with Star Trek Online's internal files.
Yeah. The problem
2019,
with outside programs.
Yeah.
This thing makes launching demos easier, but it is not the only way to launch demos, and there is a way to do it without third-party software. If you're scared of third-party software, you shouldn't be scared of Demo Launcher because everybody uses it and it's fine. But if
It's
that
safe.
frightens you, there are other ways to do it, and we can go over that
Which
later.
I can show you, which takes like
Yeah.
10
2
seconds.
seconds. Yeah.
It's pretty
So-
straightforward. Yeah.
So I'm going to just play a really simple demo that I recorded earlier. There's a playback button. It's just press it and it goes. It takes a second. It's going to act like you are literally loading the game up.
Because
It's
you
gonna
are.
act like, yeah, you are, literally. So it's just going to take a second because it does. And this is very awkward. I don't know how to stall.
Da 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 da
Sideshow
da 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 da
time.
da 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 da. Yeah, this is just imagine this going on, and you have to do patter, and then you realize that the loading screen showing on screen is a spoiler you're going to get in trouble for. Imagine all of that.
Oh no. So what's going on now? It's actually playing back a recording that I took in game like 2 or 3 hours ago. I don't remember. It's showing how I'm moving my camera. You can see that I'm moving the ship around. I'm keeping it stationary but turning it while it's stopped, so I can, if I don't like the angle it was when the demo started, I can have a different angle of the ship. And sometimes I pitch it down and up, like what's happening here. And I think it's about to end. I try to let the demo play through completely before I hit this button here, which it's in the upper left corner. It rewinds to the beginning.
What is the? Why do you let it play all the way through?
It's a habit that I've adopted, and it came from Alan or
Okay.
Zeph. So
It's
I
it's
asked him.
more of a thing that you should be worried about if you're looking at doing video. So
Yeah.
for me personally, if I'm doing video and it's a stationary shot, my demo files are usually about 10 seconds long, but my camera paths might be like 15 seconds. And what happens is on the very first playthrough, when it hits that end time of the demo file, there's a little hiccup in the file where things kind of just stutter. And it's really noticeable. So it only happens once on the first playthrough, and it's just something that I've kind of, when I've been teaching other people, it's just something, just get in the habit of doing.
Yep.
And then
Makes
I
sense.
realized I did things just automatically, force of habit, without explaining them. So I press F2 on my keyboard, and that gives me access to free cam, which is how I get, the angles that I get.
And
Which,
as you note, it's a little hard to control because she's going so fast. So if you hit tilde right now
yeah,
and hit enter free cam speed, I
What?
usually do 0.1 is usually a nice, pretty slow one.
what? I'm learning things today, and I thought I was supposed to be teaching you.
Well, that's why I'm here, because I know demo record too, y'all.
Collaborative. This is a collaborative
I would hope
stream.
the dev knows more than us.
Yeah, me too.
You would think that, but when it's an arcane tool from apparently City of Heroes, that's what Chad is telling me.
What is the default value? Is it 1?
I believe it is 10.
Because I've never used this before, so it seems a little slower, but I can work with it. I always, first step after activating
Nick says
FreeCam,
it is 10, yeah.
Okay. I changed my field of view, FOV, to 20 because it just looks way better. I know Zeph uses 30 to 35 for his videos, but I like 20 because it's really
And to do that, you literally just hit tilde again and type FOV and whatever
FOV.
you want. 50 is going to be normal gameplay. Any smaller numbers are going to make things appear squished. Any larger numbers are going to make things appear further apart.
Quake,
Fisheye.
because normal. Yeah, so that's really what I do. And there's a little button up here. I don't know if you can read it, that says transparent, and I click that because when you take a screenshot, no matter what method you use, it's going to capture whatever is behind the UI. And so I just like to see what's going on up there. Like, I wouldn't want to capture this beam that just kind of stops. It's still traveling, but it
runs out of
Dyson
space.
Sphere.
Quick aside, Firefly00, I am technically a developer. Community and QA are developers. So anyway, please continue.
So the way that I take my screenshots, you can press print screen. You can put tilde, just type screenshot, JPEG. You'll want, if you type in just screenshot, it'll give you a Targa file or a TGA. You'll have to open that in Photoshop or Paint.net, whatever program you use, to turn it into a file that can be shared on social media, if that's what you're going for. It auto-completes to screenshot HDR. I don't know what it does aside from crashing the game client, so I don't use it.
Yeah, I've never used that command before either. And quick tip, the screenshot command here will automatically name your file some weird thing involving the date and a bunch of numbers. But you can
date and time.
Yeah, but if you can just put a name after this, like you did with demo record, it will name it at that.
How about name?
Name is great. Love it.
So another great thing that you can do is increase your render scale. I'm not going to do it because there's enough fine parts moving right now that I don't want to make the stream burst into flames or something.
But 2 is where I
think
usually
it would.
live.
Yeah, I usually use 2 or 2.5 even.
Yeah. And for those of you who
but
don't know,
I
the
don't
game
go
is
over that.
usually, render scale 1, it's about 1080. If you take a screenshot and render scale 2, it'll be about 4K.
Yeah, whatever your resolution is, the value that you put after the render scale command multiplies. It's a multiplicative factor. So if you have like 1080, it multiplies it by 2 or 4, whatever you have. It will totally overload your computer if you go overboard. So don't.
Nick is throwing out tons of good ideas in chat, and if you wanted to be
I
on the
wish I
stream,
could
you
see
could have just
chat.
told me, Nick. But yes, you can use screenshot_UI or screenshot_UI_JPEG if you want to see your HUD. Most times you don't want to, I would say, but if you're trying to report a bug this way,
Yeah.
you do that, please. And you can use these commands in game too to get a screenshot. So if you're like, I don't know how to get a screenshot at this point, just screenshot_UI_JPEG in the chat with a slash, and you'll get it.
Awesome. So, I don't know how we are on time. Do we want to switch to Alan really quickly?
Sure.
Zeph? Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know what your real name is. Or
No
I
one
do.
knows.
It's a secret to everybody.
And
Okay.
I have a special, exciting trick I will show off at the end of this because it's one of my favorites. But after you guys.
I need someone to copy all of Nick's chat things and just paste them to me. 'Cause
Just
I wish
paste
I could
them
see.
in her face directly.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, is it my turn for screen share?
Yes,
It is.
Yes.
Oh, what already?
Yeah. Well, we're
don't
roaring
wanna take
through because I gotta get out of here
Oh
at
yeah,
6:30.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because you guys.
Okay.
Kale has a life too.
I do
All right.
sometimes.
So really quick, going back to running demo record files another way. So if you're not exactly comfortable with using the demo launcher, in the game launcher itself, where you get all the advertisements and hey, we got a maintenance coming up during the time that you're working or whatever. You up in the top right of the launcher, there'll be news, forum, support, account guard, options. You click on options and then scroll down, you'll see command line, and in there you just go -sign demo play and then the file name of what you're trying to run.
Yep.
And then so we did screenshot, and then you have to add the .demo. At least I always did.
Oh, you don't have to for me, but
You
maybe
don't
that's
have to?
because I'm using internal stuff.
Maybe if
might
you try it
follow the
without,
right file.
it's not the end of the world. Like if the file doesn't load, you'll just get a little error and go back to desktop, and then you just go back and fix it. But yeah, -demo play space and then the file name.
And
try
then you
without,
launch the game. You click
Yeah.
engage like you normally would.
Yeah, you click save and then hit engage.
Tumor Boy tip in the chat. Apparently, there's a command called VisScale, VISSCALE, that determines how far out you can see, like what draws. So VisScale 1 would be where your default. VisScale 2 would be drawing things twice as far. Apparently, that is people choose. So, yep.
Thank you, Nick.
I'll just
another
call
thing
them
to-
Tumor Boy tips.
Other thing to remember though is if you go this route and you want to go back in and play the game, you have to go back into the
take it
options
off.
and take this out of the command line.
And
so.
you will
Yeah,
forget,
don't
and
use
it
it.
will frustrate you to no end when you launch the game. And yeah.
Number one reason why to use demo launcher.
Also,
Especially,
when when you're like me and you have all these demo files, like I typically for a fresh out of space talk, I'll have probably about 10 demo files made. Like I'm doing a video for the inquiry, and I have 14 demo files right now for that.
Jeez.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through camera paths. I'm gonna show two different demo files here. I'm gonna do the one that we ran here on stream, and then just kind of show you like my process for camera pathing on a stationary object. And then we have Rurin, actually she got home much earlier than I did. I have an action shot, and I can show you how I go through dealing with the action stuff.
Here's another tip from chat. Solak42 says, don't hit enter when typing in the argument line, as it will load the game and not save your line that you entered. That is not something I've run into, but yeah.
We're learning a lot tonight.
So much. I'm glad that this roundtable about demo record could happen. I'm actually really excited about this, and we're going to have to do another one of these because there's more to cover. But
well,
yeah,
with so much arcane evil magic that is demo record, this could be a dissertation.
We're going to go to 2560 by 1440 for reasons. There's very specific reason this time, because I want everybody to be able to see the camera path editor on the right here.
Move us around. Whoop, nope, that's moving the wrong thing. We move us around so people can see all the tools.
I feel like I need to do the camera shake thing. Oh no! Turbulence.
Da hit. All right, that's fine. We're a staircase, whatever. All right, continue, please, monsieur.
All right. So here we have is a stationary object, like Ruin said. I usually like to play around with an FOV of like 30 to 35. Depending on what kind of shot I'm doing. So usually my beginning shots are like really up close and personal. So sometimes I'll play around with FOV 20. But for me, it feels like 35 to 30 is a nice happy medium. So over here, you'll have the very first step is add path. And there's going to be a drop down for a bunch of different paths. I use easy path all the time.
Yep.
I've tried shadow entity, watch entity, look around. I don't think they work so well anymore.
They might not work in demo record. They do work in the cutscene editor, but that is wizardry beyond me. That's Weston level stuff.
Yeah. Orbit does work. So if you want to play around with just a single camera just circling around like your subject, Orbit does work. But easy path is my jam.
Yeah. Looney Welsh, to answer your question real quick, you don't need a big hard drive for a lot of demos because demos are just text files that tell the game what to output when you play them. So they don't actually have any video format in them. When you start recording and editing your videos, then you need a big hard drive.
Yeah, and I will say
taking 4K screenshots.
Yeah, I will say the longer you run the demo, the bigger the file is going to be. So typically,
and the more that goes on, the more effects.
So I would say probably like a 1 minute demo file will probably be about 25 megs. So so I line up where I want to start my shot, and over here on the right you see add point, which puts down your first point. Typically what I like to do is the very first point is hold to 5 seconds. That gives the demo file enough time to load in all the assets.
If you start at the beginning, you may see things fading in slowly or warping in, or it's a pain. That's another reason why when you want to record a demo, as you're recording, just mentally add 5 seconds to however long you actually want to record.
Yeah. Well, if you're stationary and not moving, you're good. Especially if you're not focused on anything in the background. But your action shots, we'll get into that after. Literally, and then just pick a direction. So WASD mouse. I hold the right button to look around side to side, up and down.
I didn't explain that.
WASD to kind of move left, right. Zoom out and zoom in is W and S. Move down is Z, and up is
Canada.
Q.
Spacebar.
Spacebar goes up.
Sorry, thinking of another game.
So then,
no other games in this chat or in this.
So
stream.
then I just decide where I want to put my next shot. So maybe I'll do it there, and then add point. So right now the demo record program is like, it only takes you 3 seconds to go from point A to point B. I already know that's too fast. Demo record likes slower panning shots. If you pan too fast, you'll get a lot of chop. So I typically just add, I make it about 10 seconds or 10 to 13 seconds, whatever feels comfortable. And then I adjust from there. Then up at the very top, you hit save and turn off your camera path editor. Hit the back button, which will take you to the beginning of the demo file. One thing to note is on your very first time doing that, hitting the back, you'll have to rerun your like FOV command. The other one is show game UI 0. And what show game UI 0 does is it disables the fly-in. So such and such has won this ship. Your friend is logged in. Back when I first started, I would run my demo file, and if somebody logged in, I'd curse, stop the file, and start over and hope to God that nobody logged in while I was doing my demo. So, yeah.
It's me.
So we press play, and we should have a nice little flyby here. So asset comes in, and there you go. Nice panning shot of the belly of the Titan T6 class starship.
It's beautiful.
So that's pretty much the process for my fresh out of space dock stuff. When we get into the action stuff, this is where the demo record tool is really, really, really good and important to have. Everybody knows about bridge officer power spam, the effects. So
and traits.
And traits. So I'm just going to run
modifiers.
this action sequence for you real quick and just show you that like if you activate attack pattern or tactical team, it shows up in the demo file as well. And then I'll quickly show you how we go to removing them, which is all explained in Ruin's tutorial. I have never done a video on it. We both have plans to collaborate and kind of streamline that information in paper and on video. So, but that'll come when
one
time
thing
exists.
to note when recording combat footage that I've noticed, the way our ships bank and turn and the way people just naturally want to fly them, you end up getting a lot of try to bank smoothly by holding the button or not bank at all. And just fly forward and shoot. So your footage will look a lot. Otherwise, it makes your ships look kind of weightless and not
You
as
really
fun.
have to pilot differently. Like if you're used to piloting for like deeps, you can't do that.
Yeah, it'll look weird.
Yeah, my number one tip for action shots is plan where you want to go. Run through. If you're picking a mission, run through it a couple of times so you know where enemies are going to pop up, and then plan your flight path. So like me. Then you have the nice swooping, like long holding banks of like your phasers going off and stuff like that.
Now
So
I hope I
Tumor Boy
pilot
says
well
fly
in this
with your
demo.
mouse. That is a good tip.
I still use WASD for that, but I'm just.
I was about to be like, why don't you guys just go to a map and spawn enemies? I'm like, oh wait, only I can do that.
Yeah.
We're not all cues.
So in this tool, if we're taking the action demo that we just looked at with all those bridge officer abilities, when you right click, you'll see filters. And then here you can remove FX. So depending on how long the demo file is and how many NPC assets are in it, I did one for somebody and this process was painful, but this one will be good. So this shows all of the ship effects that are going on in the demo file. And I have Ruin's thing memorized. So if we want to get rid of the tactical team stuff, bridge officer abilities, we just type TAC, and that'll highlight all the. So
it's all
using
our logical names. So some of it is not going to. It's not a lot of it is going to make perfect sense, but you can usually figure stuff out. Yeah, the logical names aren't all logical.
You have to go one at a time. So TAC, and then ENG, and then Psi. There's
the shield, but Zeph is weird and likes shield effects.
I like shield effects.
I don't.
And we're not talking about the directional shield, like the weird things for the front, fore, aft, and all that. We're talking about the shield itself. She doesn't like them. I like them because when there's a phaser hit on them, it's not constant, but it looks really good, like what you would see in like the movies, for example. Yeah. Or when that shuttle bounced off the Cerritos last week. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Q Cullen says, if the FX list is long, typing can be hard. Copy-paste of a list of FX to remove works well.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Q Cullen.
Looney Welsh, you used to be able to configure HOTAS for ship piloting a joystick and stuff. There's been a bug recently that's prevented joysticks from working with our game, and we are looking into it.
Mod.
And Speckled Solace says this method permanently removes the FX, so make sure you back up the
Yeah.
file in case you mess up.
Yeah.
Or don't
Always
back
be
up the
backing up.
file if you like to live life dangerously, which I don't.
Another common thing to look up is lockbox. Like if you have a trait from a lockbox,
Yeah.
that might.
I just
just
type
type in-
trait.
Yeah, or trait or
Another good one
ICO.
is mod.
I got mod
Okay,
already.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm not watching.
There's been a couple of times, and I think I saw Stu in chat. I was doing Q's intro video for his Twitch thing, and I have a good computer, and I would type one letter and it'd take forever to load.
Yeah.
And there was bridge officer abilities that I just couldn't figure out, and I had to literally. Sometimes you'll have to like
Sometimes you
visually
scroll
go through to see, but we're not too picky today, so
Yeah.
that's
The other option is to, if you don't want bridge officer's abilities to appear, don't use
them.
bridge officer abilities in the fight.
Yeah. For the longest time before I started using demo launcher, I just on Tribble I take all my traits off, all my bridge officer abilities. You
I
die
usually
quicker.
unequip my shields before I shoot, so that if I am showing off a new console, it doesn't get the blue shield effects around it.
Yeah. So you'll see here, if you remember at the beginning, there was a bridge officer ability that was activated, I think right about now, and it's not there anymore.
Fabulous.
So my process for these is really just kind of, now I didn't do this one, so I'm going to be a little bit off,
Sorry.
but let's wing it. So I definitely want the action in the shot, so I kind of just line it up, add path, and I'm sorry that this is so quick, but we do.
No,
kind
hey,
of
you're
limited
getting
time.
it.
So I'm always using the timer up at the top left, so I'll put in my path, and I want to start the demo file at here. So 14 seconds, 0.687. So we're going to hold 14.687. And then press play, let the ship go. And then maybe I'll move the camera this way.
I find myself
Points.
judging my piloting here.
17 yet. Yeah, this is not a piloting build video. This is a demo record. No judgment about piloting skills, please. All right, so there's the bank to the. So I'll probably just. Actually, I would probably. You know what? For the hell of it, I'm going to swing it this way. Because why not? Because we can.
You can always move points later as well.
Yeah.
They're not set in stone.
There's some commands that are being hidden down here by their faces, so I'll show you them. But there's things like move to point, clone point. Those will become your very best friends as you're trying to set up these paths.
Yes.
The other thing that we should mention, when you click on a point in the right, like if you just click on a bunch of different points there, or Zeph's actually showing it right now. There's two things. It says path time, and then there's time. If you edit path time, it will edit the entire clip, stretching it or shrinking it, move all of your points to get it to the specific time. If you edit just time, it'll move just that point you have selected to that time. So it's a really useful way, that Zeph taught me actually, to get like specific, like I want this shot to take 5 seconds. Okay, I will add 5 seconds to the time from the previous point.
Yeah. Works really good if you're using like just point A to point B, like for the first demo that we're showing off, like because demo record decided, oh yeah, I'm only going to take 3.8 seconds, and I'm like, no, I want you to do this slow and dirty. So that's where you go to path move time and just be like, I want you to take 15 seconds in time to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Let's do some more of this. So watching where the ship goes, and
I know I know we're not judging my piloting, but I am judging my piloting.
Stop it. You're a fine pilot.
I don't
so
record for videos.
Yeah.
He asked me to do this.
So,
it's your fault.
Yeah, well, what we're going to do is we're going to add a little Dutch. So there's a part here. If you see on the bottom right of the screen, above time, you'll see rotation. You'll see a red, green, and then a blank. It's 180 degrees, so you can go 180 degrees positive or 180 degrees negative, and that'll change the Dutch angle of the camera. So for at the end of this one, let's say I wanted to be at -15 because I don't know. I just picked that one, and this one's at 15. Sure. So let's just
Harmable
save
Boy,
that.
the old removed mission content will come back, but eventually.
All right, so we're gonna
Speckled
restart.
Solace says, "Pilot, I have officers for that."
All right, so then we take a look. If we remember back here, it's going to start at 14.68. So the first point just sits here until it gets to that point, which is now. So there we go.
And it's harder to follow a ship in motion like this. You're gonna
Yeah.
miss. You're gonna set up camera angles that you think are perfectly lined up for the exact time, and then the ship will be in a slightly different place. It just happens. Be prepared to adjust your points.
Yeah. And there we go.
Craft,
Yeah.
definitely.
That was actually not bad for the first pass.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So really quick, we were talking about manually adjusting cameras. So if you found like at the beginning, the first point, so let's select point 1, you thought it was too low, you could select the point over here on the right and then click the green and move up and down. The red, you can go in and out, and I think the blue is left and right.
The other thing you can do is if you're clicked on that, you can click on Move to Point at the bottom right.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Can you just
Oh,
click
and
on it for me
see
so I
what-
can show them what that does?
Yeah. You see what it sees.
And then you
Yeah.
can move to what the angle you want and hit reset point, and it will change that point that you've got selected to your new camera angle.
There you go. So that was point 1. So let's show that back.
Oh, yeah, so Lock 42, very good point. What you are seeing in the little window here on Demo Record is not the full picture. There's a bunch of image to the right underneath your controls, so keep that in mind when you're framing
Yeah.
your shot. If you think something is centered, it may not be.
Yeah.
That's why I use that transparent click thing. It's hard to read what you're doing when it's transparent sometimes, but
Yeah.
you know, you can just toggle it and see, oh, I like
Gotta change
everything's
this.
off to the left.
Yeah, I've gotten so used to it myself, but definitely in the beginning, I would there's transparent, which makes it do this, and then do line up my shot, and then make it untransparent and do my thing, and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's the quick and dirty for action shots and stuff with doing video and demo record and things.
All right. So now I'm going to show off a trick.
Okay.
I didn't tell y'all I was going to do this, but here, you stop sharing and I will. And
All right.
now this is going to be an interesting, because I don't know 100% for sure if this will work. Screens.
Well, now I really hope it works.
Me too.
Because you've got the hype built up.
I know. Whoa, we're going into infinity. All right, pull this back up, but that's not what I need. Okay, cool. You guys can't see it because it just says your stream is still running. That's
myself
fun.
now.
All right, well, I'm going to try and do this. Let's see. No, there it is. Good. I'm assuming you guys can't see that. You can just see your stream is still running. Folks in chat.
Yeah, I got the stream.
Yeah.
It says your stream's still.
All right, so that's not going to work. Thanks, Discord. Okay, so we're going to go back to guests, and I'm just going to explain this, which is not as good at showing it, but what you all tried earlier. Well, we're going to do it. I'm going to do it while I'm explaining it, just in case it doesn't work. But what you all were explaining earlier about going to the options in the menu and going to the command line, there is a command you can enter. I discovered this from PWE's video team, and I'm very thankful to them for that. That is dash demo underscore save underscore images. And then demo underscore name. Oh, sorry, no, don't do that. So demo underscore save underscore images, and then you have to put down the name of your demo. There's a space, the name of your demo, and space what you want your shots to be called, and then 2 spaces and JPEG. And let's see if this works. I don't know if this works on player-facing stuff. I should have tested it, but Marhawkman, no fan art today. Sorry, I didn't have time, but we will do double the fan art next week.
Well, now you all have homework. You have the tools.
Yeah, make
to
your own
some-
fan art now.
Make your own videos and send them to us. All right, let's see if this
Yes.
works.
If Kale is not flooded in fan art by next week, then I will be upset.
I will be disappointed.
So
Yeah,
when this
be
goes,
disappointed
you
in
will
you.
see the thing start to load. If I get the usual error I get, I'll feel good about this. But I'm going to put this in the Twitch chat. I can't access the Facebook chat right now, but
You should put it in the Discord chat too, for our purposes. Those of us who don't have the internet to watch the stream while being on the stream.
Yes. Okay, it couldn't find the demo, so that means it was trying to work. So I'm going to assume that works. What that will do is it will take the demo you recorded and it will export it as a series of pictures, one picture for each frame of your demo. This then allows you to, instead of having to screen record off your screen, you can take those images and put them into a video editing program like Adobe Premiere, and it will read it as a video. So you don't have to worry about cutting out the UI or doing transparent or framing for the tiny window on the screen.
Oh, you know what? Oh, it's almost time. I was going to show a trick about the Adobe Premiere trick about showing or how to hide the that UI bar. Really, just put in a crop tool.
Yeah, it's just cropping it. Another reason to record at a higher render scale.
Yeah. But yeah, literally, if you use Adobe Premiere, just add in an adjustment layer at the very top of your project, and then effects. Look for crop. Bring the crop in. If you're running at 4K, you should be good at 6 to 8%. If you're running at 1080p, you might have to go to 10%, but play around 10% top and bottom in your effects. And that's how you hide that bar and get cinematic.
Yeah, it makes a nice
Thingies.
letterbox too.
I see in the chat, you can just put a letterbox on top of it and hide it.
Yeah, that too. And there's also apparently hide_demo_UI in the command line, which any of the commands that you would normally use, you can put in the command line after demo save images, and they will work. So if you want to hide demo UI, if you need to hide the dev UI, if you need to, I don't know, show your FPS for some reason, all of those things you can turn on and off in there. There's a lot of, when the video team and I do it, there's a lot of other things we add about, like the viz scale and high quality depth of field. I don't know if all of those commands are open to you folks. But yeah. So let's see. There was something. Oh, someone was asking how you import the images into Premiere. They will go into your screenshots folder, which you can find in your Star Trek Online directory. If you're using Steam or probably Epic, I haven't done it through Epic. That's going to be buried in a bunch of files. You have to dive in and find it. But if you have a shortcut on your desktop to STO, you can right-click on that and say "Show Containing Folder," and you'll be where you need to be. And you just need to go up to screenshots. And then I usually copy those screenshots to a different folder, like my videos folder. But when you open in Premiere and hit import, just click on the very first image, and there will be a little checkbox at the bottom that says image sequence. And you click that, and then it imports all the images as one video.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just going to shadow play at 4K. Thanks.
That's fine. My way looks better, but cool.
It's definitely worth trying. I mean, I don't really do videos. The only video that I've made with demo record was a Rickroll.
Yes.
An amazing Rickroll.
Wonderful.
It's amazing. I need to send it to you, Kale, if you haven't seen it.
Please, I would love to see it. I live for memes.
It's definitely crude camera path-wise compared to Zeph. But maybe it's time for Ruin to get into videos.
Ooh, that would be fun. Before we go, we have a few minutes here. If anybody has any questions about demo record, I will pass on. Again, questions about demo record. I will pass those on to our lovely guests. Darv18 says Rurin no. Rurin yes!
Rurin, yes. I love Rickrolls.
All right.
And a bunch of people leave the stream. Sorry.
All right. We haven't rated Dark Mom in a while. That'll be fun. Solok42 says, can you use Power Tray exec in demo record? Power Tray execute? I don't know if you can.
It's a
I
new
have
one
no
to
idea.
me.
Yeah, I don't know what that does. Zeph, you ever heard of it?
Never.
Okay.
No.
Is there a list of effect names somewhere? No. Technically, you guys aren't supposed to be able to see that. Technically, the demo record launcher is doing something that we shouldn't let it do, but whatever. Just don't
Oops.
go diving for unannounced content. Are there any chance we get updates to the tool from the dev side? Yes and no. If something seriously breaks, like things have before,
Yes.
I will go on a rampage until it is fixed, because it's not only a user tool, but we use it all the time in house. But if but like in terms of like adding new features, no, probably not. The teams are pretty focused on some other fairly critical issues for Stowe and Neverwinter right now, and that would have to be our core team of engineers who would have to do that stuff. So they're fairly busy people. It's kind of a low priority, unfortunately. Does demo record support the resolutions needed for the glorious whale probe? No, nothing supports those resolutions. I kind of want Zeph you to edit a demo file and take one of the Borg whale probes we have in the game and make it look like we're doing a whale probe ship for April Fools. I won't do it because people would be so mad at us for fake announcing a ship, but
it's okay if I do it, right?
Yeah. Q Cullen says
Target's on your
for
back.
either of you, what's your favorite go-to system for really good ship lighting?
Oh man. Well, I really like the one that we took the action shot in, the Kittimer, future Kittimer. That's really pretty. The Dyson Sphere is pretty good too. Soul is good. I don't
And
know. I also have that's in addition to my tutorials, I have a list of systems that I go to, and I haven't updated it in 5 ever, longer than 4 ever. But it's there.
And to add my one, I have a lot of favorite ones, but one that stands out right now is Kubali Prime. Before you beam down to the surface, the lighting there is just, it's nice and it's soft, and it's just, it hits the curves of the ship just nicely.
I would add the exterior of Boreth. You can only get there during a mission, so that's harder to do, but that's really nice lighting. Earth Space Dock can be really good for certain situations. It's really bright and really dramatic, but it can be nice. And then there's a patrol. It's not Argala. It's the other one that I always do on stream. Oh, God. Oh gosh, my brain is. Nick, do you remember the name of that map? You're assuming you're still in chat. The kind of red looking.
Describe it.
It's like it's a what?
It's another Delta Quadrant one.
Yeah, it is. It's a Delta Quadrant
Yeah.
one. It's.
I know which one you're talking about.
And my brain
Yeah,
is
I
stuck.
don't-
Takara.
Yeah.
Takara has a nice lighting setup similar to the Dyson Sphere, with the benefit of not having all of the things that are also in the Dyson Sphere. Because that map has not aged the greatest.
No.
No.
You know, something came to mind really quickly that I also want to add. We were focusing on ships tonight because we love ships. I'm literally on a podcast about ships. All of this can apply to ground too. And I use it all the time for like getting pictures of my captains and the bridge officers. It is really fun.
There is a
So,
lot of power
yeah.
too in the emote system in terms of like you getting demo
yeah.
records of doing different emotes and then getting nice cinematic angles to make it look like people are actually doing something.
I've
You can't really.
photoshopped 2 emotes together.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
I did a screenshot once. It was for one of the fiction blogs, but I needed Martok and Jempok to be arguing, and I couldn't find things that made them look angry enough until I had them play rock, paper, scissors at each other. So, like, don't assume the emotes are just what they say they are. Like, go ahead and... there's another useful command. Time step scale will, and that's all one word, will control how fast the world is moving. So if you time step scale 0, you will freeze time. You can't do it in the game because that would freeze time for the entire server, but I think it will work in demo play, so you could play back, slowly. Yeah, I had a play before I knew that. I had a play test once with QA where I kept stopping time to take screenshots, and people would be like, "Hey, Mike, we can't move." But please, everybody, make that's your homework for next week. I want as many opening sequences of the show about your personal starship as humanly possible. Bring me them. I
That's
crave
gonna be
them.
your next stream. It's
Yeah,
just gonna be an
just those.
hour of fan art.
Be great.
Do it.
Yeah.
That is your challenge.
We could come back and grade them.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll hold a demo record contest at some point and find some giveaways for that. That'd be fun.
Dude.
I'm down.
K13 fleet holding is good. That's got a really neat backdrop.
Yes.
If you can get to the captain's table is great because it looks like you're at warp.
I use that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to now.
Yeah, it's a good place. And someday we'll put something on that station that's useful. I keep fighting for it. Fix that thing. T6 Oberth is a prize. Why would I give someone a bad prize? All right. Edric, we're going to put this on YouTube, I promise. All right. How will my stream next week fall with Star Trek Day? That's a very good point that I hadn't considered until this very moment. So maybe we'll do another off Wednesday stream next week because y'all are going to be watching those panels. I'm going to be watching those panels. It's going to be great. And some fun stuff in game will be happening on the 8th as well. Some of which you'll find out about tomorrow. All right. Well, Rurin, Zeph, thank you both so much for joining me. If people want to find out more about you, where do they go?
I'm on Twitter. Kale spelled my name correctly on the
For
screen.
the first time
So
in forever.
I've got a name in real life nobody can spell anyway, so I'm used to it. But if you spell it exactly that way, that's my handle on Twitter. I am most active on Twitter, so go there.
And you can find me on Twitter too. That'll take you to my YouTube, or you can just go zephfilms.ca and that'll take you to
It's like
my YouTube
the
page.
Zeph Films with an underscore somewhere in it, isn't it though?
Yeah, Twitter is _ZephFilms,
Okay,
and then YouTube just zephfilms.ca, and because Canadian, but yeah, it'll take you to my YouTube page.
He's very sorry about it.
I am, but not sorry.
All right. Well, folks, we're going to set up a raid here. We're going to go give Dark Mom a good time because she's awesome. But everybody, thank you so much for coming. I learned a lot. I hope you learned a lot. And we'll see you next week sometime, but probably not Wednesday. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.